Hail, hail, welcome to the HomeBhoys Live podcast. That is Friday the 13th of December. Should be afraid, very afraid. I'm, of course, Joe McKenna. We are back. We had no show last Friday, but me and Scott did the Celtic Supporters Podcast charity thing on Sunday. Just me and Scott, because everybody else hates kids on this podcast on a charity. So we are back. It's just me and myself and the madman of Wishaw, Jason Higgins. What's happening?
Hail. How you doing?
I'm all good. My camera's on. What the fuck? Hold on. I've
already seen Seahawks.
I feel like there wasn't a boss now. Everybody's seen my head curtain.
Everybody's seen the smoke, Joe. The fucking smoke.
It's incense, folks.
The Seahawks.
Nobody watches this shit on YouTube.
He's trying to bring Rangers back.
Are you there, Jimmy? Are you there?
Fucking toffee, Chris. Speak to me, Sydney.
and of course, Marty Flynn is here.
I just want to give a big shout out to the fucking Hawk who's lying in the bath listening to the man. God bless him, mate.
Hawkey's in a tub, giving it a rub.
He got hockey on here. Fucking Charles hockey. You need to get him on here, by the way.
Do you know what? I think this hockey would have bankrupted Charles Hockey in a weekend.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Could you imagine the fucking silk shirts and that cunt covered if he had access to fucking Charles Hockey's money? Jesus, fuck.
Silk shirts? fucking silk kimonos.
They walk about the rigs, mate, with a smoking jacket on it.
Fucking helicopter onto the fucking pitch at Sally Park.
Do you know what? Hockey's the billionaire we need.
That's
He's
exactly it.
Nobody would deserve. No, he's the first billionaire nobody want to shoot. apart from most of the prods in North Belfast.
Because he's stuffed every hard cunt first, that's it.
Right, folks, as you can tell, it is a Christmas feel. There's no Liam. Liam's out doing things. We can't talk about that. He's the Birmingham born. And Scott, I think Scott might be. I think we could be in for another fucking 3-week Scott blackout.
Scott's in Manchester, you know.
I know, but it feels like he's going to ground. I mean, it feels like he's kind of going, fear hibernation.
He knows it's in the post. He's practicing for the main fear.
Is he? He's shadowboxing with the fear.
He'll be feared up for Sunday after their performance last night. He'll be
he'd be all kinds of shade hog. He had to stop and take a dump all on the road. Right.
And before we go, I've got Marty Geldof here. We need to give the listeners a wee update in the launch.
Here, listen, a new prize has come in, though, Jesse, you'd be glad to hear. Celtic have donated a prize, right? They've given us 2 centimeters of a Henrik Larsson dreadlock. It's only going to cost us 700 quid.
Yes, we're all giving off about that shit today, but I was logging through going, fuck, that looks all right.
See, after I says it, Ellie sent me, Dad, have you looked at that? You fancy that for your
the hat looks all right in fairness, like that.
Ellie, a wee Lacoste polo shirt will do, thank you very much.
And you give it fucking dog juice this morning.
I've been wearing the same clothes for about 14 years. I said, I'm not going to change now.
No brand service. Fuck it. Right. So let's go. Marty Geldof. We have had a couple of weeks when it comes to fundraising. It's been an interesting and a very, as usual, we set out with no guarantees and no expectations, and then we're always blown away. And it's just been fantastic. So Marty, you want to take it away there in terms of like,
well, there's already £4,320 that people have donated so far, which is fucking
unbelievable.
Which is fairly staggering. But we're going to try and push on to £5,000. So look, if you're listening tonight, you still have time to go to the Just Giving page and apply for a prize. So there's fucking tons of prizes. You can see the prizes because there's that many. There's all sorts of prizes, all sorts of gifts, and stuff for, you know, as a reward basically for you supporting us. I mean, it's only, you throw a fiver in and that gets you into the draw. And as I say, the fucking hell, we're coming, the amount of prizes that we'll have are raising to meet us here. And as usual, all the usual people have came forward this year and helped us and supported us. And as I say, I'm already starting to identify families who will be receiving the money next week. I drew down the first £500 a day. Liam sent us some money yesterday. So we're underway with that. So look, folks, listen, just fucking know yourselves. We do this out of the goodness of our fucking hearts. We don't ask anybody for any money at all in the year. This is the only time of the year we ask you for it. We don't pay, we don't charge any fucking, what do you call them fucking things? Not only fans.
Patreon. Only fans.
Again, I said before, only fans would work with three of us naked.
Do you know what I mean? We don't do Patreons. We don't charge for further content. Scott does all those fucking room 101s additionally and doesn't ask for a penny for them. And some people do. Some of the other podcasts do. We don't. We absorb the cost of the podcast ourselves. And at this time of year, it's the only time when we say to us, listen, give us a hand. The hand is not for us. The hand is going out again. Joe sent us a picture today of an unbelievable amount of stuff coming out of a shop that's going to be going to families this week. Stuff for teenagers to give them some sort of a Christmas. They give them some sort of joy at this time of the year. And it's in the spirit of Celtic. That's why this club was founded. And as I say, my first family that I'm engaging with, a couple of kids in the family. One of the children has global development delay and profound nonverbal autism. He's 9 years old. His daddy died in March, and his mother was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease in October. So the family are going through a really, really hard time, and we're going to sort them out with a few pounds tomorrow to try and help them along this Christmas. The mummy's now out of work having treatment. So look, this isn't going into the pot for a big charity, you know, to siphon off money left, right and centre. This is going direct to families who will feel the benefit of your kindness this Christmas. So look, folks, you'll tweet out the link again, put them on our various channels. You see them there. Go on, throw in a fiver, and we'll stick you into the draw. When we're in the draw, I think it's next week.
Next Thursday.
There's an extra draw as well for the Versace bag. So if you're cansexual or whatever, you know, just get yourself into that for what a present that would be for your loved one or for yourself. And as I say, it retails at $2,600. It came straight to the Versace shop, courtesy of Marty Fashion, who might be joining us tonight live from Los Angeles on the pod. So as I say, if you want in that, that's a separate raffle. Just put on the comment that Versace is your reference, and you'll be entered into that. We also did get a signed Everton shirt, and just for any Everton fans that I've got in my timelines and stuff like that, we shared it with all them, and that's a fiver if you want in for that. We kept that separate. So as I say, if you want either of those, but the main one for the fiver, and we also get 2 seats in the Paul McStay suite added. So that's another amazing prize. So that's you in with my big mate Eric and Jimmy. You'll be in the Paul McStay suite, and you get wined and dined and your free drink all day at a match other
class
playing Sevco.
Do you know what? That's a cracking fucking prize.
That's the one I'd be looking for.
So as I say, the prizes are there. I mean, the value of the prizes, but we've got in, we're looking for $5,000. The value of the prize is more than $5,000.
Value of the prizes is 10 grand over.
Aye, 10 grand easy, right? So as I say, it's through the generosity everybody giving us gifts as well. And for the Scottish side, because as you know, we split the money, 50% goes to Ireland, 50% stays in Scotland. And if there's any English charities out there that want to contact us, no qualms there. But we got a letter today for Royston Youth Action, who we've been supporting for the last few years. And it was a very heartfelt, touching letter for the lassie Susan at Royston Youth Action. And they're just blown away by our continued support to them. So we know, because we know people that are on the board there or used to be on the board, and we know there is a set amount of families are identified with the money that we give them to help them get through Christmas Day.
Well, I have that letter in front of me here, Jason. So it says, "Dear all homeboys, I am writing to reiterate my appreciation for the support we received at Royston Youth Action from all at the Homeboys for the festive support for our families. We are truly grateful for the kind and generous donation. We hope you all have a lovely Christmas and New Year and enjoy the festive season. Best wishes and many thanks again for all your support. Kind regards, Sharon Kelly, Project Manager, Royston Youth Action."
There you go. I said Susan. Sorry, Sharon. But as I say, amazing. We also, I had sent a good friend of mine works in a homeless unit in Glasgow, so we sent them a donation, and it might seem trivial to others, but he went out and bought lighters, cigarette papers, just things that people in times of hardship can't even afford, things like that. So he's got a pot of money there now as well that he can do. He sent us a cracking message as well. Heartfelt thanks, guys. Can't thank you enough. It's amazing what you guys do. We also put money into a local charity here that I gave a good friend of mine, and she went and bought all the tombola prizes, and obviously that will raise more money for like a youth group. And as I say, it's just absolutely humbling. It's a humbling thing. And when we're on our chat between us, as I say, we only mention Royston Youth Action. We don't mention the specific families. We never mention, and everything's done in confidence. And as I say, we are lucky enough to actually see the recipients and what it does to them. We get messages back for them. And it's just, I think every listener that contributes should be very proud of yourselves for what you are helping to achieve here. And we can't thank you enough.
Yeah. You've said it better than anybody could say it, Jason. I mean, people that have donated, like you've no idea how pure the responses we get are, and we're just kind of the conduit for what you really do. I mean, we just kind of funnel the money towards people, and even today, like fucking, I was sent a thing today. Well, can you get a specific scooter for a child with additional needs and need this? And I was like, yeah, no problem. I went out and got it and handed it over, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. I'm like, you know what? It is amazing, but like, it's just what we do, and I'm privileged to be able to. I get such a buzz walking around fucking toy shop and stuff today, just fucking buying shit. It was fucking great. You know what I mean? You just know, like, you're sticking stickers on them, putting on people's desks and all, going like, this is this person, this is that person, and you just know that fucking level of joy is somebody's. Right?
Yeah. Perfect, guys. So as I say, we'll share all the links. So we'll do a final push this week. And are we talking maybe Thursday we're going to do the raffle?
I think it's Thursday.
Thursday, aye.
Right, we'll do the draw on Thursday. So if it's possible, you'll get the present before Christmas. If not, it might come slightly after Christmas.
Well, if you win Marty's fucking bin lid, you're going to have to get a shipping container figured out. And a crane driver and a weighed load fucking driver.
Ellie and our pals, I've told her to circulate the Versace handbag, doing all the TikTok and whatever, having our pals. So they'll all be piling into that and hoping they can be lucky and win the Versace handbag. As I say, it's retails at 2,600. It's straight out the box, tags, labels, everything on it, and 100% genuine. Straight for the Versace shop in New York. So we can't thank Marty Fashion enough. Every year he provides one of them for us. Just amazing.
Top class.
Brilliant. So just a big thanks to everybody.
I love this time of year. Like, kind of more for this than anything else. Right?
Aye.
I just love the idea that, like, the people get behind it. I do love it. Every year, I suppose, going on, it feels like people are getting more and more fucking, insular and more like, fucking selfish. But when we do this, that changes my mind. Makes me realize everybody's out there for us and for people. Yep. I love it. Anyway, that's the housekeeping done, and we will hopefully get the $5,000 by next Thursday. So our list. There's no fucking list. Hibs game. Me and Scott talked about it briefly on the charity podcast last Sunday, but we didn't want to blow our load. So I'm going to give it to you, Jason, because you were at the game. I mean, I was expecting nothing but Celtic torture, and like in terms of like pushing Hibs back, and it didn't turn out that way.
No. So I'll give you a brief thing because we all meet people on holiday and stuff like that, and they're like, you keep in contact, and blah blah. So we met a German couple in Italy a couple of years ago. Kept in contact, and he's like, "We need to come to Scotland," and they came. So it was last weekend. So I took Big Benji, Bayern Munich fan, took him to the game, and we had a great wee day. But on to the game, and what can you really say? It was very, very strange, and for the life of me, I can't understand how Hibs are sitting bottom of the league. So, as I say, there was some changes, right? So we started with Ida up front, Maid and Kuhn. Luke McCown come in. Engels got a game. People were thinking maybe he'd done his bit, but then obviously he trusted Scales at the back with AJ and Taylor. But Hibs should have scored 3 in the first half. The one the guy ballooned over the bar, but the goal was gating, and the other boy was clean through twice, and great saves for Casper Schmeichel. You know, so for us to not concede a goal and win 3-0, it didn't really tell the full picture, you know. But I tell you one thing, the entrance money alone for Kyogo's goal, oh my God. See, at the game, I didn't notice how good it was. You seen the replay and the way he's cushioned the ball with the inside his right foot. He's kind of lifted his leg out to let the ball go under him, and then cushioned it, and then what a finish! What an absolute beauty of a goal! You know, it was.
I mean, he's done something you haven't really seen in football before. Like he's kind of glided himself onto the ball by jumping over it before it even got to him.
Aye, it was mental.
It's phenomenal. Like, I mean, it's like there's control when the ball comes at you, right? And you're static, right? And then there's control when the ball comes at you when you're moving. I don't know if I've seen that kind of play before where somebody's controlled the ball while they're actually in flight, essentially.
Do you know? It's a good point you make, Joe. I've never really seen a goal like it before in my life either.
No,
I mean, off the top of my head.
The only thing I can think of is remember Canio's goal against Wimbledon for West Ham, where he was in flight when he volleyed the ball, right? But that was first contact, right?
Aye.
What Kyogo did was control the ball while he was in the air, and then and then essentially then ran onto it like it was.
Aye.
Like he got it on the ground.
Aye.
I mean, and then stalled, dummied, and then chipped the keeper. Right?
I know.
I mean, fucking see the presence of mind it takes to do that.
I know.
Fuck me.
But an interesting thing as well, obviously Engels, he gets a goal. His first goal he scored through open play. I think his previous goals were all penalties, weren't they? So I think that's his first goal for open play, and he's obviously been coming in for a kind of maybe a bit of stick with some fans. The rest is like saying, give the boy time, you know, he's young, it's a total different fucking sport he's playing in Scotland. But I was glad to see that. And also jumping forward to the Dinamo Zagreb game as well. I thought when he came on, I thought he was excellent. You know, I thought he done pretty well. I thought Celtic were the best in the last 10 minutes of the game, but we'll get to there. But I was glad to see him getting a goal. You know, that was pretty good. And it was just it was a funny game, but delighted to get out 3-0. Don't think we were firing on all cylinders by any matter of means. And people were using the Scales trusty partnership as blame. And there has to be some merit in that because we were cut wide open twice. You know, with Hibs and the two central defenders kind of didn't really have much in them. If Carter Vickers was on that part, you wouldn't expect Hibs to get through there. But fair play to Hibs, they made the opportunity. But I'm not going to be hard on Scales. I mean, he's not getting the minutes now, so it's going to be harder. But you know, to step in.
If Hibs had a finisher, it would have been fucking 3-2.
That's another thing too, Jason. Like, so again, the move away from the Hibs, I'm not trying to take away from the Hibs match, but given where we are in the run of this fucking incredible fucking run of games, Rodgers is rotating the squad really well. But when you think about it, it's actually really rare to rotate your defence. You know, you always want your defence to stay fairly solid. Yeah. And then you rotate your flair players or you rotate your midfield.
That's a good point.
So he's doing it with his defence too, to try and get through this and to try and give Carter Vickers rest on that injury. You know what I mean? So it's even more remarkable where we are really.
But the thing is as well, when you look at it, I mean, we had the stats with 75% possession, but you expect shots 21, Hibs had 14, we had 11 in target, they had 9. You know, so we still had the best of the stats, but there wasn't that much in it. Hibs had 7 corners, you know, and for the life of me, I cannot. And Mark Strachan texts me after, obviously a big friend of the show, there's the regular Hibs Celtic 1-on-1s with Scott. And Mark's a great guy, and he texts me after it, and he's like, unbelievable. He says, I can't believe how well we played and get nothing to show for it. And he says, I can't understand how we're bottom of the league, but fingers crossed for them, you know, David Gray kind of turns it round, because he seems a right nice, he's obviously a Hibs legend, and he seems a right nice fella. And even when they were going through their terrible spell, which they're kind of know how to get, but he always kind of spoke well, and he seems a right decent guy, and I'd kind of like to see him doing well. But on that performance, I'm pretty sure Hibs will get out the mire, and they're only a few points from getting out the mire.
David Gray appears to be getting a lot of grace because of who he is. I mean, in terms of like, you know, I mean, like fucking a lot of like nomad managers would have been fired by now, right?
Yeah, but you can't keep. I mean, Hibs have probably went through more managers than any team in Scotland.
They did it with Frank.
I know it's true. I think that the thing that I would hate to see is someone like him, known for a fucking like historic header, suddenly become a guy that's known for getting fired. I mean, that's a kick in the bollocks.
Aye. No, from their perspective, they're all willing him to win, and they sung his name, you know. So most of the fans fucking, it's unbridled love for the guy, which is fair enough. But at the end of the day, if you keep losing games, and at the end of the day, if they start losing more games, and you know it comes to February and they're still rooted to the bottom, they'll probably have no choice but to try and get somebody else in. And interestingly, see the amount of Hibs fans I know, every one of them would have Neil Lennon back a minute. They loved Lennon. They loved him when he was a manager there.
Fuck, it could come to pass fucking soon. David Gray's not the biggest name, the fucking scalp. If you remember, Frank Souza managed them after he played for him, and he didn't fucking last long. They got rid of him fairly sharpish. You know, so they've actually given Gray a lot of rope, I think.
They have, but I mean, on that performance, they've got some bloody good players. You know, they played some good stuff.
If they had a striker with some nerve, they'd have beat us.
Aye, but very happy to get the result. And as you say, it's all about the W. And when you're obviously in the middle of Champions League games and stuff like that, and you're playing 2 games a week.
I was thinking about it today, right? I think there's been 24 matches. The only match we've lost is against Dortmund, right? We've got 9 points in the Champions League, and we've looked all right in the Champions League apart from that one match. We have raced ahead in the league. We're ahead of our nearest rivals and ahead of our biggest rivals, right? I can't think of a better 6 months in Celtic from when I started fucking supporting Celtic. I'm going, this is it's actually incredible.
Oh, Marty, the Rangers are coming on Sunday, so fucking relax. I mean, they drew with Spurs. It's happening.
That smoke must be working in his legs. He's dug them up. Can you hear me now?
The Yeds have been talking to me. They told me.
He's fucking sitting with the trophy here on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking incredible time to support Celtic. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, totally, and it's weird, isn't it? See, we're obviously this new Champions League format, but we're not used to this. You know,
definitely not.
Because I remember when we qualified, we beat Man United. I left that game not even knowing that we'd qualified because I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah,
you know, so even with top class Celtic teams and the best teams that we've seen with Larson and stuff like that, we toiled. You know, we struggled. You know, Strachan obviously qualified a couple of times, but the better teams than we were robbed, obviously, with the 9 points with the Amaruso dive for the penalty, Juve. But
times we had name went out. That's what I'm saying.
Aye. No, this is generational
pessimism.
Pessimism. That's it.
Aye, but it's like I think one of the guys in one of the pods or whatever was it Scott was talking to them, or was it maybe he put his own to it, some young guy that does a Celtic podcast, and he was talking about it's the first time in his life he's ever seen this, like in Europe.
I mean, genuinely, like it's been an unbelievable 6 months. I think right back even to pre-season, we'll come out of the fucking traps in pre-season. I fucking went for it, so it's extending right into July.
Aye.
And yes, not every match has been fucking like outstanding football and whatever else, or but just a general steady, performance right through. All different players playing. We've had an incredible amount of first teamers. Wrote them about making changes. Couple of big injuries during that we've managed to scrape through. Well, it's been brilliant. It's been absolutely fucking brilliant. Like, and we always sort of, we're always sort of. I know Joe saying about the generational pessimism, but we don't really. We would always sort of look on the bright side. This is a fucking great time to be a Celtic fan.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, when you, I know it's like pre-season friendlies, but when you're actually scudding the best teams in England, or possibly fucking the world, because the EPL badged themselves up as definitely the highest paid sort of shower in the world. And
they reported a profit today of 715 million.
Aye, so
look at that.
Pre-season.
Look at that fucking Chelsea team. Look at Chelsea. That Chelsea team's outstanding.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Walloped them. I was there.
I know.
I was actually at the game.
That's exactly. You know what I mean? It was Roger set the marker really early towards this season, and he has kept us to it. Now we can get into the weeds about, as I say, we will do when it comes to Zagreb here. You know what I mean? But fucking hell, it has been. Like I've always said, and here the other fucking kicker was the international games. We are setting men on fucking 24-hour flights to get to fucking Japan. Do you know what I mean? Multiple members of our team are away.
See if your days at Maeda, it takes 7 hours.
Fuck. He gets out and runs beside the plane.
He arrives before the plane.
He's in passport control before the pilot.
There has been a busy schedule of international games as well in the autumn. It's been fucking relentless.
And here's a start, right? Nobody's really picked up on it, right? But we're actually getting into this cup final with 0 injuries. None.
It's mad. It's fucking nuts.
How does that work? When have you ever seen a Celtic team going anywhere with 0 injuries?
And that's the thing too, Jason, whereby see when players want to play, injuries become insignificant. They'll play through it smaller. Like, because who was it I was listening to last week? And they were saying there was a couple of footballers talking. They says, "Have you ever played uninjured?" And I went, "Nope, I've always had some sort of injury."
Aye.
But when you're riding high, you don't give a fuck. You just can't wait to Saturday to get playing. I think he said last week, Odin Thiago Holmes is the only player who's still injured. Everybody else is
right. Okay.
Good to go.
I forgot he was even worse.
Yeah, that's the only one. Do you know what I mean? But that's the point. He's not even a player you would even miss. You know, all the players that you need to be there are there, and the way he has conducted this kind of the 60-minute strategy, where he replaces leg for leg to keep the tempo up. It has worked. It has worked. It's been incredible. It really has. Now, and as I say, it's rare that you would ever rotate your defense, but he's done it. And you're right. Like, people can't get injured. Taylor gets injured, Johnson gets injured, Carter Vickers gets injured. Nobody's fucking noticed that whatever he has had to do to get through. As I say, the only exception being the Dortmund game, which he learned from. So you can't even criticize him really for that, because he didn't make the same mistake twice. It would be different if he was going out and making the same, fucking mess as he did that night, but he didn't. And very quickly, like, we all went into the Atalanta game kind of shaking ourselves and went, "Whoa, hold on, what the fuck happened there?"
Aye, he says, "Oh, I won't change the way I play." Fuck you, it's fucking right, I will. I must have mad, I didn't think he had it in his locker. Right? I thought he was ultra stubborn, but he's a fucking shrewd operator, man. Bloody hell.
That match is a sticker too, Jason, because our goal difference, we have been so good. We've actually managed to repair our goal difference.
Aye, we're at 0
goals would be above Real Madrid in goal difference, which is fucking like this deep. Champions League campaign. It's insane. Absolutely fucking
mental.
You know, and this time last year we were hanging on to a dead rubber to give us some sort of hope. You know what I mean? And this year we're right in contention to get through to the next round. You know, and it's in our own hands as well. If we win our next match, we're more or less confirmed. Do you know what I mean? So you could, and I'll tell you something. You could see us going to Villa and maybe getting a point.
Oh, right.
Here's my question then: does this format allow smaller clubs in the European context to become bigger?
Well, no,
and make more money.
Well, no, Joe. Well, if you look at the fucking bottom of the table, it's all the ones that were in our fucking table. We did the business against them. Bratislava, Leipzig, they're all down the bottom. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we're punching above our weight again. You know, we should be down where they are, really. You know, but we're not.
These one-off games suit us because we can win them or draw them.
And again, it's the luck of the draw too, in the sense that you know we didn't get Dortmund at home. That was an away game, so you can kind of shrug your shoulders and go, "Well, sure, it was away." You know, and you need to get results out of your home games. So we've done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do it once more. Do you know what I mean? It's like fuck. It's
And the thing is, we couldn't. I mean, obviously they're always kind to us, right? There's no two ways about it. But at the end of the day, you're playing teams that are there in merit, right? It's not our fault they've not got any points, the teams that we've beat. But when you're looking at young boys, I mean, they took the lead against Stuttgart and ended up getting scudded 5-1. Totally eliminated, not a chance to get through. Coming to Celtic Park, you've got basically one game to beat them and you're 100% qualified. Arguably, you only need a draw. You know? And I mean, there is a scenario we could actually lose our last two games and still qualify. I don't know
that's that happens.
That is, but I mean, I'm 100% confident we'll be able to beat young boys. Whether we are or not, but
well, this is the thing too. You'd imagine that young boys won't be taking it particularly seriously. You know, they're doing very bad in their league, so they need to focus on that, and they've got 6 weeks to do it. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to be going, but we're not really concerned about the Champions League. We're already fucking out. You know, hopefully past these two, Villa will be well qualified as well. So you just don't know if you know if we can maintain some level of, you know, and there probably is. I mean, the recent matches haven't been firing on all cylinders. But when you look back at the amount of football that's being played, that's why. Do you know what I mean? It has been such a fucking busy period. There's bound to be downtime, dip time.
And the thing is, you can look at the Aberdeen game at Pittodrie. I mean, how they actually managed to play a game of football in that way. I mean, I drove and it was treacherous. I drove there and back, and it's one of the worst experiences of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The wet, 50-mile-an-hour winds and constant rain. There was bits of the road with no cat's eyes in the road, and see if there wasn't a car in front of you, you could be into a fucking ditch. You know, you didn't know where you were going. You couldn't even see in front of you. It was horrific. But,
it's a testament to our fucking fans too. They travelled in that weather in such numbers.
But see, being at the game, Marty, how they managed to play a game of football, both teams, it was just horrific. I mean, to get
you saw that fucking ball. It was one of the Aberdeen players tried to cross the ball in the our box. He whipped it in from the byline, and the ball just stopped in the air and started moving backwards. You're just like, what the fucking hell? What's going on here? You know, so look, I know the Hibs match really was just sort of the run of the mill, but as you said, we did have enough possession and enough. You know, you would have. While Hibs did okay and had efforts, we got the stats you would have expected in a match like that. So in the round, it was fair enough. We got, again, with another load of goals under our belts, you know, and that Kyogo goal was just fuck's sake. If that wee boy can click, I swear to God, and it's been a shame for him too. He hasn't really done it in the Champions League again, but it's some of that isn't his own fault. Do you know what I mean? And you're just like, if you can, he is such a mercurial talent. Is that sort of talent that you can't teach. You know, just absolute fucking, you know, just anticipation, and it's just that goal. Like the commentators were kept trying to describe it, and they couldn't. They're going like, he sort of did this, and when he moved his foot, and they were actually trying to describe it. And I was looking at it, and enough I'd seen it, and I was going, I know how difficult that is to actually describe what he just did there.
It was the actions of a genius.
Totally, and absolutely natural. You know, it's such a natural, and like we're lucky to have him, and we're lucky to have a lot of other fucking real decent players on that squad. You know what I mean?
Do you know as well? See, like the age he's at as well. We've seen the absolute best of him. You know, I thought maybe
we've seen his peak. His peak.
Aye, that's what I meant, Joe, when I says we've seen the absolute best. But, so that.
Fuck off.
But I thought maybe a year ago or that, even when Ange went to Spurs, I thought he would have took him. You know, like you'd have got him for comparable to what English teams pay. You'd have got him for a song. But just I'm so delighted he's with us and he's still here. And Big Ida has done great, and the big man's kind of he's paying his way every way possible, I think, you know, and I don't care about the price tag. The big man is doing the business, you know, and he's done the business at the highest level for us. And fucking, obviously, we'll get into Zagreb now, but Kyogo for me, just like, and the thing is, he does thrive at Hampden Park, so we'll obviously get into talking about the cup final as well. I can't wait to see the wee man in the big park, you know.
I don't know. We haven't covered Casper, man of the match.
Aye, I know.
Oh, aye, a Celtic home game where you win 3-0, where your goalkeeper's man of the match, and the Green Brigade sung the last Christmas to Casper's Michael.
Exactly what I was getting to.
Aye, brilliant,
I mean,
absolutely.
And loads of polls online. Is he better than Joe Hart? I'm going like, who gives a fuck? He's just.
I know. And it's everybody's been doing is Brendan Rodgers better than Ange, you know that.
Who gives a
I know.
Frenchman's fuck, right? Here's the thing. I love that big blonde tubby bastard. Love him, right? He may be an ignorant Danish cunt for all I know. He may not be as personable, as charismatic as Joe Hart, but as a keeper, fuck me, he's fantastic.
Well, he is. I mean, he's playing a captain's role at the minute too. He's organising the team.
Yes.
Remember the
goal we gave against Bruges.
Yeah, the Cardiff Vickers own goal, you know, and he was straight out just organising the team, keeping them motivated, keeping them on their ball. You'd 100% give him another year, you know what I mean? And I know that would probably fucking your wee man Solo would probably gun his eyes out, but fuck it, you know what I mean? You just go in and say, here, Casper, bang, take another year or something. You know
here's the thing, right? I've been thinking about this as well. See, when he did that and he pulled all the players in, right? See, big Carter Vickers, although he's a big stalwart and he's just the engine of the defence, he's everything. Do you think he's like a captain figure? Because, see, to me, he seems quite a kind of shy, retiring type, although he's as aggressive as you can get in the park. It doesn't seem a very...
do you know what? I feel the same way you do, Jay, right? Because you know why? Because my wife loves him, and my wife loves vulnerable people.
Do you know who...
He seems like a very sensitive dude.
Aye.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Paul McGrath.
Aye.
You know what? That's not a shit. That's a shoot. I watch a Kyogo's goal here on a loop. Sorry.
I always not get the same drinking habits.
Well, but again, he's
quiet. We have seen him up on a stool shooting. Fucking.
I mean, he has that sort of quiet air about him, quiet confidence.
Oh, totally.
And just, you know, when the ball's coming in him, it'll be all right. You know, and that's why, like, the own goal was such a fucking shock that it was him. Everybody was like, you know, like Mr. Captain fucking Sensible had made a boo-boo, you know, and it was just like, oh my God, this is fucking hell. It's like end of day stuff. You know, but he has been such a great signing, and you know, and Trusty too seems to be a real good partner for him. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
They seem to have clicked. And here, you're right about Liam Scales. You know what I mean? And this is the point. Like we were making months ago. I've been making it for years. You know, you need top class centre backs, and you need more than fucking two of them. So look, while it's unfortunate for Liam Scales, it's brilliant for us. So we have somebody we can bring on, and you know, we'll be all right. You know, and
do you not think as well, Marty? See, having guys that are, I'm not saying they're content to play on the bench, but guys that are not going to fucking be battering the manager's door down because they're not playing. See, like a Liam Scales and see a Tony Ralston. I think a guy like Tony Ralston's invaluable for a football club. You know, he's always there. He'll always give 100%. He's not the greatest player in the world, but he's a bloody good player, and he's a great you know, if AJ gets injured, he just steps in, you know, and he'll do the business and he'll try like a fucking Trojan. And he has got his limitations, but see, you have a guy there that's not going to be looking for a move and they're kind of happy to play second fiddle and step up when required. I think it's a gift to have guys like that in a team.
No, it definitely is. 100%. I agree. You know, and they're happy enough just to take their jobs. And this is the other thing too. They're also happy enough working under managers like Rodgers. Do you know what I mean? That they're willing. Whereas if it was maybe a different manager, we're going, that is, I'm out of here. But he has that kind of air of authority, and you can see what he's doing. He puts a vision into the club, all this fucking world class basics, ballocks. Do you know what I mean? And he's getting results out of it. And every one of them is playing a role. Every one of them feels part of the team. He's rotating the squad well. He's using the subs well. You know, so everybody's getting game time. Nobody's kind of being left out. He's so fucking smart about it, in the way he's doing it. And like, another thing is too is that we don't really have what we used to call the blue chip players. Do you know what I mean? We don't really have a team full of fucking superstars or 2 or 3 superstars. There's nobody really above anybody else. It's a fucking solid team. You know, yes, Kyogo can pull moments of genius out of his hole. So can Maeda. Kuhn had such a fucking awesome start that now the second quarter of his fucking season seems like a Debbie Downer because he was so amazing in the first quarter. Do you know what I mean? But they're all operating at a fairly standard level across the team, and that's steady Eddie stuff is just what we need. You know, you maintain this level of performance for the rest of the fucking year, we will have absolutely nothing to worry about.
Aye, definitely. So on to Zagreb.
On to Zagreb.
Aye, here I've got a review of Zagreb.
Oh fuck here. You know what I mean?
That's us done.
I wouldn't say that. I was fucking intent. I was fucking shouting at the telly and fucking get off my nut. But
do you know what?
Here's the thing, right? I'll start, right? Zagreb went out to, so people were saying about it was a poor performance from Celtic, and Celtic, they were there for the taking. They were not there for the fucking taking. They weren't. They had a game plan that they stuck to. They were trying to frustrate us, and for much of the match they did. Do you know what I mean? And they're having such problems with their injuries and men out and whatever else they couldn't fill their fucking bands. They were reaching in for youth players. So they're not actually a fucking bad team. They're only 1 point behind us in the league. So they went out to frustrate us, and it's very hard to play against that type of shit fucking football. Ask Borussia Dortmund, who got beat by Rangers, playing exactly the fucking same way. So in years gone by, we have been black-eyed in matches like that later on, you know, giving away a fucking stupid goal after maintaining a certain level of play for ages. And this week we didn't do it. We didn't get sucked in. Yes, Jason is right. There was a couple of fucking hurry moments, but we had hurry moments too, and we had opportunities at the other end of the pitch that maybe we could have finished. Ida and the shot by McCown, right enough, it was a fair bit out. But as I say, in years gone by, we'd have lost matches like that, and there would have been a whole fucking Stewards inquiry as to why.
You can go back to last season, Marty, like the Feyenoord away game. I would kind of put that, although Rodgers was just in the door, but that was a game that was there for the, that was kind of there for the taking, and obviously stupid sending offs and the way games went. Always something happens to us that fucking puts a span on the works, and as you say, we lose a fucking daft goal or it's a misunderstanding at the back, and like
a fucking brain fart from somebody.
See, do you know there was maybe like I think about 2 or 3 times Zagreb were in our box, or Dinamo, sorry, they were in our box, and like it was like a last ditch Taylor get his tote or whatever, we just kind of cleared the lines, and there was quite a few chances that they were nearly bearing down and getting a goal, and obviously what a save it was for Kasper Schmeichel, the header kind of at the back post. That was an amazing save. And I don't think they set out to frustrate us. I thought their midfield won the midfield battle. I thought their midfield were better than us.
No, I would actually agree with that, Jason. I think Hattate's form has been so poor recently by his standards. I thought he had a terrible game the other night. And some people say it different. I can only see what I saw. He doesn't look confident whatsoever. He was misplacing passes, hospital passes, and his defence was having to dig him out. Callum McGregor was fucking everywhere. Was all over that midfield, trying to plug up holes and stuff. I just thought Hatate was terrible.
See, to be honest with you, Bernardo wasn't great either. I don't think McGregor was great, but I think they were on him. They were kind of man-marking him. I just think the midfield was kind of... But see, at the start of the game, we all agreed it was potentially our best team. Of the 11 players that Brendan Rodgers sent out there, it was probably our best team at the minute. Arnie Engels, arguably, but I think Bernardo's deserved his chance. And at the back, you could argue Valle for Taylor, but it was arguably our best.
Why is nobody asking for McCann to be started though? I think McCann will start.
Well, I mean, this is it. And
Hatate for McCann would have made a difference.
And he might well start on fucking Sunday.
Maybe. And
I think maybe he's a fucking bit of a cop.
We'll get to Sunday.
I think anybody saying maybe between Hatate and McCann is maybe Hatate lenses. I think McCann's got it.
But the thing is, Joe, it's not even about that there too. It's also about that 60-minute philosophy that that Rodgers has. He knows that he may get more.
Flip that script.
No, but he knows he may get more out of McCann the last 30 minutes than he'll get if he's putting fucking Hatate on the last 30 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So you
can reverse that as well, but Hatate could come on and blow the game. I mean, see the thing is,
it's chess, not checkers. You know what I mean?
Joe, I totally take your point on board, right? And I think it's valid. But Rio Hatate, when he's on his game, and I don't think he's on his game now, well, I know he's not on his game now, right? But when Rio Hatate is on his game, and bear in mind he scored the winner at Aberdeen, do you know what I mean? That was only last week, right? Rio Hatate.
And played shade that day, fairness.
But what a goal it was, and what a ball
I know,
it was.
that's the same. He's got that. Aye.
And the thing is, playing shite, you've seen the conditions. Who could have played fuck on that? Right.
I know he's shite.
But I don't think would you argue that Luke McCown playing at the best of his form and Rio Hatate playing at the best of his form, you would say Luke McCown's a better player?
No.
And I wouldn't either. And I think Hampden Park as well, Rio Hatate has been unbelievable on that surface. So he's got the experience, he's been there, seen it, done it. I think Hatate will start. But if Luke McCown starts, totally fine. I think there's more chance Paulo Bernardo would get dropped. Which
also seems unfair.
And going back to
which is an incredible problem.
But let's get back to Zagreb.
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about the Japanese players. So Maeda hasn't been great either. And Hatate hasn't been great. Kyogo's shown flashes, but again, you'd be expecting more of him. And I can't see how there is any question that trip, fucking round the world trip, has not had some sort of effect. And it probably would have been better picking a game to leave all three of those cunts out.
Oh, McCann's cup-tied, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Right enough, he is cup-tied. But going back to my point about the Japanese players, that whole, because it's different if you had one Japanese player going away. We were setting them in crowds, and they haven't had any real break. So that could be playing into what's happening with Hatate and Maeda too, because it's not like they aren't firing on all their cylinders as usually would. So again, if you can get them rested and give them some chance to get a bit of fucking heat into their legs at this time of year, we might fucking end up being better off for it along the stretch here. Do you know what I mean? Because Neil Lennon said it the other night. Neil Lennon says he expects us to win the league early. Sorry, it wasn't Neil Lennon, it was Aidan McGeady. Aidan McGeady said on Sportscene, he said, no, I expect Celtic to wrap this league up pretty quick. And God bless him, hope he's right. But decisions like that about, saving a player for a month's time will make a difference. I mean, it's such a packed schedule. And thank fuck with no European matches. For
the thing is, no Christmas break either. That's the first in a few years.
Yeah, so do you know what I mean? But I suppose what I'm trying to say is you want to get the league wrapped up early, because at some stage there's going to be fuck ups and balls ups just through fatigue.
So let's get back to Zagreb, right? Because Matt, because we obviously had a conversation. And Liam is adamant that it's a missed opportunity. Scott kind of was erring that way as well. And I totally get that way of thinking, but I still think it was a very good point gained. And prior to the game, I would have took a draw.
Yeah,
because
everybody would have chosen. If we were sitting at the start of the fucking campaign and you were looking at that match, you'd have been saying, if we got a draw there, that's a fucking some result.
Aye. And people, I was talking about it at work to a couple of boys at work, and they're like, I think we'll win the night. And I was saying, I'm not sure. I think it's a total 50-50. I was kind of similar with that in the Bruges game, or the Bruised in Joe McKenna's world. we had a wee update on the bruising, didn't we? We got a wee update today. I forgot to put it in the group chat, but I got a wee message from one of Scott's 1-on-1 ex-panelists.
We need to context it. Marty, put the context in. Let Jabo tell the story.
Scott did the 1-on-1 with the fella from fucking Bruges, right? And was supposed to meet them on the night, but our mates obviously they had kids and stuff with them, so they had to get food. So our mates were in a restaurant and having a drink in Glasgow. And this guy was supposed to come and meet Scott. So they were coming out of, I think they were Oswald's bar. And they walked up past Lynch's singing some very questionable songs. So they got the fuck knocked out of them, basically, which is fair enough. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You shouldn't have been doing it. You got slapped about by the young team. But unfortunately, one of the fucking ones who got a fucking warm jaw was the guy who Scott
Mr. Podcast.
So he's texting fucking Scott, calling Scott all the fucking cunts of the day, and Scott's going, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm trying to feed my children here. I had planned to come and meet you. What the fuck?
So basically, a nameless individual who listens to this podcast sent me a wee message, and I forgot to share it on the group chat. And so basically, what it was they come up the street singing and shouting all sorts. So basically, you sing and shout all sorts, and you're shouting there all sorts, then licorice all sorts happen. And so basically, the young teams set about them, and seemingly they just came out of Oswald's bar. So
what the fuck did they expect? That's what I said.
So the end of the day, that was it. So I thought that was quite funny. And Joe penned the phrase FC Bruised, which that was good. So that's the kind of context on that. But back to Zagreb.
They fucked about, and they definitely found out.
See, before we move off that, right? Scott McCurry is one of the nicest cunts you'd ever meet in your life. Like, Scott is so obliging and helpful and fucking, you know what I mean? He's the least violent.
And he wouldn't have been involved in anything like that at all.
Never in a million fucking years. So for
that's kind of a nice way of saying he can't fight.
No, Scott here. I'm sure Scott's quite handy when he fucking needs to be, but he's just not that type of person. He's so obliging and so
So he's a good dude. He's a good
dude. He's a fucking rat, to be fair.
Well, that's our fucking thing too.
He's a liability, is what we're learning now. He's a liability.
But for him to be fucking, for Scott to be blamed for the actions of the Bruges fans and getting themselves their cunts knocked in, like, it's a bit fucking much. You know what I mean?
You know what though? Sometimes conspiracies are real.
Conspiracy or cock up. Somebody get
anyway, we put it to bed anyway. So FC Bruges get bruised because they have to get bruised.
Fuck him.
That was it. So that's it. But back to Zagreb. So I've said to you countless. So Liam and Scott were like, opportunity missed, and I totally take that. But as I said before the game, I would have definitely took a draw. I was saying to people at work, 50-50. I was very similar to the Bruised game, that it was a 50-50. And two kind of similarly matched teams, although I would probably say we're a wee bit better than Dinamo Zagreb. If the game was at Celtic Park, I'd have been disappointed if we didn't win. But we went to Zagreb, we've played there 3 times before, and we've lost 3 times. I was there in 98, and we had Henrik Larsson the lot with the cream of the crop, and we get pumped 3-0. You know, albeit they had Prozinecki and Big Viduka. But the thing is, these Croats can fucking play football. And in my mind, and I've said it countless times, Croatia is the best football nation in the world. If you look at them, a population of 3 million, they get to semi-finals of World Cups, for God's sake. You know, I think the grannies can play football over there. You know, they're just all good at football.
Do you know what?
And
I played in a Polish league in Florida when I was 21. I was 21, right? And in a Croat team, and the other lads were players.
Aye, they just fucking grow up with a football. You know, they're fucking quality. Like, all the Slavic teams are good on the ball and whatever. And just, you never take anything for granted. But as the game was panning out, you could see we kind of should have had the measure for them. And I get that mindset that you're disappointed that Celtic didn't create more chances. We had a great chance with Nicholas Kuhn when he's took the ball down the wing, does what he does, cuts inside. It opened up perfect for him. But obviously the defender get the challenge in, and it didn't even get to the keeper. And then you look McCown's shot, and then by God, when the subs come on, Jamesy was outstanding. What a run for Engels, the ball down the wing, and Big Eder.
What a pass! What a pass!
What a pass! I tell you one thing, James Forrest's been great the last few weeks. You know, it has been
few weeks.
And but what I'm saying is, for the start of the season, he's not really been great, and but people are saying, "Oh, maybe he's finished." And again, he comes back and just comes back. Fucking, he's like Rocky Balboa, and he's never defeated.
I said this 2 years ago, right? A fit James Forrest brings out magic. He does.
Oh, he definitely has. Big time player as well, but his vision and everything. But I thought actually when they brought Engels, Ida and Forrest on, I thought we had our best period in the game towards the end of it. And it's quite ironic that when you look at it with the 2 fixtures left, I think Dinamo Zagreb have got AC Milan and a big team. I can't remember who it is. So the likelihood of them getting any points at the last 2 games is very slim. So you would have thought they would have threw the kitchen sink at it to try and beat us. But it's credit to us because we obviously didn't let them. And I thought at the end we finished the game stronger. I thought if the game had been on another 10 minutes, I thought if there was one team going to score, it would have been us, which is a very, very strange thing to think when you're playing away in the Champions League. You know, you don't get easy games in the Champions League, or you don't get, in paper, you don't get easy games. It certainly wasn't an easy game. But the long and short, I was pleased with the point. Very pleased with the point. And it puts us in a right good position with 2 games to go. And to me, it was a point game. And I wasn't... The overreaction to some Celtic fans, I suppose that shows you where we are now and what magic Rodgers has worked this season.
That's just modern wankers being wankers, right? Here's the thing, right? See if you watch a game... I watched that game through a certain kind of... Do you remember when Scott put it in our chat, right? And he said, listen, this team are brilliant, but they catch you on the counter. They're quick. They have a zip to them, essentially, right? They can zip through you. And I thought at points in that game, they definitely threatened that, right? Because they had speed up top and they had backup, right? And I thought it was a fucking 50-50 game at one point, and it was a 60-40, it was a 70-30, and I was glad to get it with 0-0, right? Even though in my mind, in my kind of place of a Batman going, fucking scud this team, it's Celtic, let's go. I mean,
right.
But you know,
listen to this, right? Man City, PSV, PSG, Shakhtar Donetsk, Red Star, Red Bull Salzburg, Red Bull Leipzig, all below us in the group with 2 games to go. If we had been saying that in August, you'd have said you were off your fucking nut. Off your nut. And the first team above us is Real Madrid on goal difference by 1 goal. 1 fucking goal. I mean, we need genuine perspective here. This has been class. Absolute class. You know what I mean? And as I say, it's in our own hands to get through.
No, but it's stage by stage as well. Like, you analyze each stage and go, fuck me, how's that going? Like, did we scrape out like, is it going to be the case where you look at Zagreb the same way you look at something like Celta Vigo? Or Celta Vigo?
No, I was there.
Aye, exactly. Aye, you got punched. Right? So, I mean...
Okay. That was a bit of a punch there, Joe. I just came right in a sidewinder there for McKenna.
I was at the here. I actually can't remember. I got punched. I was that fucking drunk. It was steaming. But the point is that what I was saying a few months ago was that we need to be at this level all the time. We need to up the club, up the experience. You know, so that going away to fucking Zagreb on a fucking wet fucking Tuesday is no different from going to Ross County on a wet Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? It becomes part of the club, you know, and it's just what we do. We're a Champions League club now, so there you go.
I think what you're trying to get to, we need to organically grow the club.
Isn't that what the man said? Just
But here's the thing, though, right? People that are complaining because Celtic look flat in that game, right? But again, a team can look flat in a game that's flat. I mean,
but my point was, Joe, that Zagreb went out to keep it flat. That was their.
I know, but they were also trying to pierce really quickly on the counter, like Scott said they would.
But I think they showed us ultimate respect.
Totally, absolutely, Jason. Yep.
Aye, they showed us ultimate respect. Maybe their own detriment.
The shut up shop against us, tried to keep us out.
But the thing is, if they didn't show us respect and they went for it, I've got no doubt we would have cut them open a few times.
Yeah.
You know,
well, certainly we would have had the players like Bernardo and stuff to do that. You know what I mean? So, yep, I agree completely.
If they hadn't done a job in our midfield, right, and they gave our midfield space to play the ball about, etc., we would have made chances for those up top. And if their fullbacks were pushing up, guys like Maeda could have ran riot, you know. So they obviously done their homework on us, and they showed us ultimate respect. And I think at the end of the day, it was a bit like a game of chess. And I found it like a fascinating watch. Folk were saying it was boring. I wasn't. Obviously, Celtic's playing, so you're up to high dough. And, you know, I was taking anything for granted.
It was tense. I found it tense.
It was fucking
tense. You were sleeping at the start, right, you said.
But my point was, Jason, is the ridiculous reaction of some of our fans. I actually think our fans forget it takes two teams to play a game of football. It's not just all about and fucking.
And you need to
get a game plan.
Credit where it's due.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're on their uppers. That club, as I say, they're not doing well, and they've had loads of injury problems and not first team players not being available for them, pulling up their U's. Still, they're sitting a point behind us in the Champions League. Come on, the fuck.
Aye, and they've won 17 out of the last 18 leagues. I think is that in Croatia.
Absolutely. They're not to be fucking trifled with. And yes, we didn't win the match, but they certainly did not outplay us or anywhere near it. You know what I mean? I thought we were more than comfortable. And if I had maybe the other thing is, you always sort of said, if you had an extra fucking 10 minutes, or you probably would have won it.
And you know, a special shout out to Tony Ralston as well. Obviously, come on for the injury to AJ. I thought he done really well. I mean, there was a couple of hairy moments. He misplaced the odd pass, but he put a couple of good balls down the wing, and I think he was solid enough and done his role well. And like, step in the Champions League, you know, you're not getting much game time.
Anthony Ralston's like a fucking like a bull terrier with a fucking strict rule book. I mean, isn't he? He knows what he's doing.
Another great analogy there, Joe. Fucking class. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
I don't know where it comes from.
I know where it fucking comes from.
From that incense. Do you know what though? We will look back.
He's like a magic dragon.
Fluff the magic dragon.
Fluff the magic dragon.
That's your old man, isn't it?
My dad's Fluff, huh? Fluff the magic dragon.
So look, there's no real point in getting through the fucking match minute by minute. It is what it was. Trusty and fucking Carter Vickers probably had more of the ball than anybody else. They totally shadowed Kyogo out of the game. They, just as Jason said there, they paid maximum respect to Nicholas Kuhn. He couldn't fucking move. There was two on him practically the whole time. You know, so they, as I say, they had their game plan and they went out and executed it. It's unfortunate we actually did have chances where we could have scored. So it's not like we didn't have fucking chances where you'd be going, oh, it's fuck all there. We actually did. But again, there's a goalkeeper in fucking play here too who can make saves. So unfortunately, it just didn't fall to you know, fortuitously as you would have wanted to. But
that
for
one at
anybody,
the
it was
one at the end, Marty, the chance at the end. I mean,
know.
fair play to the big defender. Bloody hell, that could have went anywhere. That
100%.
was, to me, it was a guaranteed goal. Seeing that cross went in, I was
100%.
100% sure we were going to score. But see when you look at the match stats, Marty, sorry to jump in, but when you look at the match stats, we had 69% possession away from home in the Champions League. But when it goes down to shots, they had 11, we had 7. They had 2 in target, we had 1. And our 1 was arguably Coons was in target, but obviously it's got to defend. The defenders got there, so it's no counted because the keeper's no saved it. But so it was only really the Luke McCowan one that was, he didn't hit it right, you know. It was a kind of half chance, but it was a comfortable save for the keeper. But it doesn't really tell the full story. Well, it maybe does, because we had most possession, but they had more chance. They were in our box more than we were in their box. So I think a draw was a fair result, and I think it was 2 kind of evenly matched teams on the night. And I don't think MD can argue with that. You reckon?
No, and as you say, like in different circumstances, if they had maybe thought that they were more confident about their own game plan, we would have been able to exploit that. You know, so it's I suppose you could do that with any match, I'm sure, but I didn't think it was particularly you were saying just about it being an absorbed match. I was glad it was over. I was like, fucking hell, it was just a slog. You know, we were the only team who were trying to play football. They were just doing that, you know, fucking anti-football Rangers way of playing, which I can't fucking stand. But again, to put it into context, it's just as you said, we had nearly 70% possession away in a Champions League match. What the fuck? When have you ever seen that? Like, we beat Barcelona on the flip side of that, where we had like 10% possession.
I think that was kind of proven it was wrong. It was like 20-odd%, but I think it was the urban myth was like 12%. I think it was 23 or something. But I get the point. I was at the game, and I mean, fucking hell, it was like the Alamo.
You know what I mean? So it's like you know, football's not played on a fucking spreadsheet. It's played on grass. You know, and you set out your team to play a certain way, but there's never any guarantee your team's going to play the way you want them to. Look at, we were just talking about Hibs earlier on. Like, nobody's suggesting that David Gray's putting fucking Hibs out to lose, but it's just the way it is. And they, you know, playing to your own players' strengths and trying to exploit your opponent's weaknesses. That's football, you know. And we've done really well so far. I'm not, you know, fucking. I think we've had such a very, very good lot of months. I'm kind of waiting on it. You know, the bubble coming, and it will come soon. You know, we will, but that's my point. I'm hoping that we're just so far ahead, that we've done so much, that we've put in so much work, that the effort has been there, that it won't matter. By the time it comes, it'll be incidental rather than having some sort of detrimental effect on the whole league campaign. So, but Rodgers deserves great credit. I have to fucking say, like, he deserves
100%.
He deserves great credit.
And see, the thing is,
calling in the night. We are calling in the night now. Yeah. We're at that level. We're definitely.
He heard us. He heard us calling in the night.
I was the other day going like, I mean, I'm in my own head going like, where are we? I was like, you know what? I fucking love Brendan Rodgers. I fucking love him.
I mean, he is.
It's more pure now than it was back then.
But he is an elite manager. I mean, there's no fucking question. The man's an elite manager, and just what Jason was saying there about the way, you know, about that comment he made today. Do you know what I mean? It just, you're just going, that was the right thing to fucking say.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? He just has that. I mean, last year when he was saying the Rangers are coming to up in here now for fucking years, you know, he just takes the whole wind out of the sails of those trying to give fair wind to our opponents, you know, and he does it so intelligently, you know, so smart, fabulously.
When that Celtic podcast went into stuff about Bruges, was it before the Bruges game? They went into about 40 things about tactical. They just went yes.
I know.
You're not going about Alistair Johnson from a fucking 2 minutes.
We never found out who that was, did we?
Do you know what? I don't want to.
I'm not really bothered either.
Do you know what? See, during the COVID days, it was all digital. I spoke enough shit on those podcasts. I mean, on those fucking digital fucking press conferences.
I vowed I would go back and fucking listen to some of their podcasts without lockdown.
No, but I know, but Jay, I used to be on those. Like I used to spend my lunchtime on those.
Some of them are
press
fucking
conferences.
You'd be on asking the manager questions, wouldn't you?
Aye, that's how we set Marty to fucking speak to Liam Scales in Irish.
That's right, aye.
Remember? I mean, and next thing, Celtic adapted that. Next thing, Liam Scales speaking Irish on fucking podcasts of fucking hacking fucking St. Paddy's Day merch. I mean, because here's the thing.
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna go and grab a beer. Be back in a minute.
I sent the data on to Celtic and said, listen, by the way, just so you know, here's the traction on what happened here. I just go. And would you believe they took note? Anyway,
they never get back to you, but
well, listen, you wouldn't get a signed shirt. I
signed shirt.
Aye, because I won the Goal of the Month competition.
Oh man, brilliant! Did you get it signed to be Jojo?
I did. Aye. Do you know what I should have done though? Kept it for Christmas.
I know, but you get carried away with a wave of emotions, don't you? And you're like,
aye, fucking, there you go. Aye, so Zagreb, I was delighted with the result, in fairness.
Aye.
I was happy. Right.
Big time. I can understand where Liam and Scott were coming from. It's like an opportunity missed. They're kind of, you can, I think one of the boys said in the chat earlier, I'll scroll back up. D. Boyle says, great point, but also a missed chance. Aye, totally. You know, it can be both. You know, it's a great point, but you just think, but as I say, credit's got to go to Dinamo. You know, the way they set up and played, and they were in our box more than we were in their box, so they'll be disappointed. You know, and our keeper made an amazing save. Their keeper didn't. So, but what I would say, that chance at the end was the best chance in the game, you know, with their defender. How the hell he cleared that, I'll never know. You know, he done amazing, because even if, I know Engels, it was that quick, but if he cut it further back, I don't know if it was Luke McCown or whatever, was in the penalty spot with nobody near him. But Ida's sliding in just to tap that in the net. You know, and 9 times out of 10, that's a goal. And what a move it was. It deserved a goal. But, you take the point and you move on. You know, the Dortmund game to where we are now, fucking nobody would have picked that. Nobody.
No, but that's kind of why I love this format now. I mean,
we're loving it because it's gone well for us. You know,
but it's a roller coaster. Again, it could have been a shit show.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, I think most of our points have came for the top teams that were played, apart from Dortmund, obviously. You know, so happy days. So roll on the 22nd and then the fall. So we've got 2 games in a week. So we've not got a game now at the 22nd of January. Young boys at Celtic Park.
Aye, me and young Jojo are over for 3 days.
You over for it? Nice one, mate. I'll meet you. You over for a couple of days?
We're over on the Tuesday and the Thursday.
Brilliant, mate. I'll definitely tie in, mate.
Staying out with Big Alan Square.
Nice one. I'll meet if I'm here before the game.
Same, mate. Brilliant. Can't wait.
Cool. That's it. Harper's over as well, I think, for Andy.
I think he is, aye.
Pretty sure he's over with one of his missus' sons. So, that'll be good.
Right. So, what's your plan for Sunday?
Plan for Sunday? I'm just going to go on the bus. Me and Ellie, Mick and his boys, and Mick's sister Katie. We'll probably go to the Railway Tavern.
Sorry, can I ask you, I suppose, go back a second. Can I ask you about the funeral? Is that okay or no?
Aye. Do you know what? I was actually thinking about that there, because I've not been on a podcast since we went to Big Park.
I know. As soon as you started mentioning the bus and the tavern, I was like, you know what? We haven't spoken about that.
So I told you the story, didn't I? I tell you what happened after the funeral.
Did you?
All right, maybe I didn't then. Right, oh my God, what a story I've got for you here. Right, so to put it into context, my good mate, Peter's been a pal of mine for first year at high school, and goes everywhere to follow Celtic, absolute diehards, and his dad, Pat Ross, sadly passed away. So Pat was the owner of the Railway Tavern in Motherwell, so it's an institution. Massive Celtic pub, family Celtic diehards. You know, Pat was in Lisbon, was in Milan, seen set, as I say, when we were in first year of high school, he was getting time after school to go to Sport Lisbon away, you know, 81, and I couldn't dream of going to see Celtic back then away in Europe or whatever. But just Celtic diehard. So Big Pat sadly passed away, so his funeral was at Motherwell Cathedral. It was last Thursday, and just as you'd expect, you couldn't even get into the chapel, you know. So me and Linda were in early, and it was just absolutely mobbed. Everybody wore a green tie, you know. The family put a request out, we'll be wearing green, please join us. So just about everybody in the congregation green on. PJ was over it, and it was. I mean, for a funeral, there was 4 priests in the altar. So the main priest that did the mass, he made a comment at the start, and he says, so we've got 3 other priests here, and he says, I can only surmise that their relationship with Pat was through some prayer group or something similar. And everybody's picturing themselves laughing. Obviously, 3 of them begging the tavern, right? But it was. Can you hear me still, Joe? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, right? So sorry.
I hear you.
I'm back. I can hear you.
All right. That's fine. Just in case you can hear. So it was a great mass, stories about Pat growing up and whatever, right? So it was a celebration of his life. Pat was 80. I think he was 82 or 83. So he took ill health the last couple of years. So it was a kind of blessing. So I was at the couple of rosaries a few nights before as well. And then it was Aberdeen when the body got took to chapel when we played away at Aberdeen. So I didn't go to the body going to chapel. But so we're at the funeral, and the priest made a statement at the end for everybody. We're going to Hibs Cemetery, and would everybody just make their way there straight after the mass, and don't wait in the hearse because there's a lot of traffic works on the way there, so you may be delayed. And I'm saying to myself, I can't remember many traffic works there. But anyway, we got in the car and drove down to Hibs Cemetery. So we're all standing there, and the thing was, Peter's mum died within about a month of my dad. So that was like 12, 13 years ago. And so they're buried kind of in the same bit. And I was telling Peter after it, when everybody's standing around about the grave, when the body was going down, I was saying to Peter, I'm shouting at folk, get fucking off my dad. You know, there's fucking loads of folk standing at the top of my dad's grave. I'm like, Peter, fucking out of order. We're all standing at the top of my dad. Peter was pushing still. So we're all waiting there, and we're waiting ages. And then it was after it, we're walking back to go to St Bride's Hall for a few refreshments. And somebody says, do you hear what they done? Like, no. So see when we all left, they get the coffin into the hearse and tell the hearse Railway Tavern. Well, what? The pub was shut. So they've carried Pat out the hearse into the Railway Tavern, sat him on the bar, and they'd 40 halves lined up for all the family.
Brilliant.
I love that.
They'd one last round for Pat bought his round. And they all had a whiskey, and then they carried Pat back into the hearse and down to Hibs. And
do you know what? That's fucking beautiful. That is beautiful.
It's amazing. There's a piper outside the chapel when the body was getting carried out. A Nation once again was getting played.
Fuck.
Telling you, it was unbelievable. And then back to St Bride's Hall, and I had to go back to work. So in there and some food, whatever. I went back to work and then finished work and then headed straight. Linda's like, why are you not taking your tie and that off? I'm like, she says, you're getting in there, aren't you? I says, of course I'm. So headed back in the tavern. The Cork boys were in, Connor Foley from Monaghan, PJ, County Clare, and the place was jumping. They 2 or 3 live bands on, and what a send off they gave Pat, I'll tell you. What a night it was. Just brilliant. And the family done them proud, just as I always knew they would.
I love that though. I've been in that spot. I've been in a tavern
2 or 3 times now. And just the welcome's amazing. The environment's amazing. The people are amazing. And the family are essentially the core of the place.
Oh, aye. So it's an institution. It's an institution. And,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Aye. So,
Yeshje Goroa Hanum Dilish, may his faithful soul be seated at God's right hand side.
sure it will be, mate. Thank you. And, aye. So rest in peace, Big Pat. Your memory lives on.
I just want to make sure we got the funeral part in, Jay.
Aye. No, good shout, Joe. Good shout. And I thought I'd tell you the story, sorry, in the chat, but it probably would have took me too long to type it out. So everybody knows now. So Big Packy's final round in just before he get buried.
I love that's beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful.
Aye, fantastic.
It's kind of a publican's death, isn't it?
Aye. And I think was too, once we're in the tavern later on, the band started playing You'll Never Walk Alone, they're all up and folk are trying to get me up. I'm like, fuck off. I love that. then I was getting dragged out. I was hiding my face in case it was on videos or anything.
Jason Higgins leads a complicated Celtic life.
But when I tell Peter, so me and Peter had a couple of drinks at the bar, I says, fucking bastard standing on my da. He's like, what? Here, shouting, get off my da.
Did you see the guy sitting into the chat this week? This guy is a socialist guy, right? A socialist philosopher who's an Everton fan, right? Who talks about football and explains tier by tier how it's being torn apart by fucking money. Did I say this? No.
I don't think so, Joe.
His name's Ali Cloud. He's fucking brilliant.
But I just didn't get a chance to fucking match it.
It's fucking brilliant.
Oh, you did? Sorry, I didn't get I watched the start of it, mate. Sorry, I'll need to go back and watch it.
He's fucking brilliant, man. All his t-shirts are mad, like obscure Everton t-shirts. CFAC t-shirt is Everton 1, Man United 0. I mean, CFAX. But he also talks about like football going like, obviously global football. I'm an Everton fan, doesn't apply to me. He's very, very good. Anyway, so Sunday.
Sunday.
Let's go. What's
me and Ellie and Mick, the 2 boys, and Mick's sister, we're going in the bus for the tavern. So bus is leaving at 12:30.
Ali's car still in the valley, is it?
Fucking hell. That's for the after show.
Sorry, I just wanted to slip that in there.
That's for the after
that's
show.
An Easter egg.
Aye. So so we'll just get in and we'll go in the bus, and the bus goes in early, so it can get out early. So we'll be in early doors at Hampden. I don't know opportunities to go for a pint or 4 it. A few beers in the bus, probably just get a few beers in the bus, and then that'll be it. And in at the game, then back, and I'll be back in the tavern, hopefully celebrating. So nothing major for me, mate. And it's a Sunday. I'm in the office on a Monday, so there'll not be anything heavy duty. But fingers crossed, and it'll be a good day, and it'll be a Celtic victory. And we won't be going on about being the greatest team in the world, or the most successful team in the world after with them.
So
because
hold on.
What are the mathematics then?
Hold on. Speak for
hold on. Where's that fucking thing?
Hold
on.
Speak for your fucking self.
It's lies anyway. It's fucking. There's an Egyptian team and all that. Fucking.
I'll be there with the most successful club in Scottish history.
Hold on.
Fucking fuck everything else. I will be jamming it right up. All of them.
Well, see the thing is, right, we might as well, right, never mind what we're going to do for the day, right, let's go on and talk about the game, right, because did we all watch them last night against Angie's 11?
I watched them. I had a good bet on them.
But I actually think they've been all right. They've been all right this last couple of weeks. They haven't been that bad.
I would absolutely agree with you. And I tell you one thing, I thought they were really unlucky not to win last night. And see, all you want to slag Clement and stuff, and we all laughed our fucking head off at it. I thought he got his tactics last night spot on. He made that game absolute chaos. And Spurs couldn't deal with it. And I tell you, their energy levels and everything and their application, and I thought they were great. And I thought they were very, very unlucky not to win. And it's all right saying Spurs are shite and whatever, but the players they've got, and we're all going about this disparity in money. That was pretty similar to fucking Ross County playing fucking Rangers or Celtic.
No, I definitely think they're on the up. I really do. And they're settled at the back. Like, already a man proper, and then he came back in last night and then the lost shooter. So it's good to see a bit of fucking...
That's a bit of a blow for them.
Oh,
and the wee guy up front looks no bad for them, by the way.
Igameme. So, but here's the fucking thing. They have to score past our defence, and our defence is really good.
Aye, and they've got the mental block as well. Look, Clement's not got a clue how to play against us.
No, and see if we score early or score twice, that's it. We won't. That's all bad.
I'm mega confident we'll beat them, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not as confident as I was 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I'm still very, very confident because I think Celtic excel in the Hampden turf. They've never beat us in a cup final.
But so they played a very open game last night, right? Right, and they did all right, but they weren't really pushed that much, I don't think, by Spurs.
I don't think so, Joe. It takes 2 teams to play a game of football. I thought they get their tactics spot on. They made the game absolute chaos, and they played like in a kind of Scottish style against Spurs, who want time in the ball, and they didn't give them any time in the ball, and they were harrying them left, right, and centre.
But do you think that Celtic's front line will have that kind of patience?
No, not at all, because we play a Scottish style as well. We play against Scottish teams every week. We know how to deal with it. Spurs didn't. Spurs were totally fucking overawed for a lot of that game. They were absolutely battering Spurs for large periods. I mean, the actual goal that Spurs scored, if you watch it again, Spurs couldn't even get out their half. Do you know what I mean? Rangers were totally comfortable, and Spurs were just passing about the back. They were the ones that were getting beaten.
Do you honestly believe that they can keep us in our own half on Sunday?
I don't think last night's game has got any bearing on Sunday whatsoever from a Celtic point of view. But what I'm saying is, on last night's game, in merit, I think they deserved to win. They obviously didn't, but I think they deserved to because they were the better team by a mile. I thought they played Spurs. I thought Clement gets tactics absolutely perfect, and playing with players that totally inferior squad to what Spurs has got.
I know.
And I done one and albeit Spurs are playing away from home, they've got away with a 1-1 draw, and it looks like they're fucking, do you know what I mean? It's pie in the sky because they didn't win. But I think in the face of it, Ange was extremely lucky to get away with a draw last night.
Well, he was that. He looks like a beat dagger to the cup.
I think playing against them on Sunday will be a case of letting them play wide and then play wide with them and then just bring it narrow very, very quick, which Kuhn can do, Maeda can do, Kyogo can do, McGregor can do, and Bernardo can do. I mean, everything can come very narrow very quickly into the middle, and it can be tight, it can be short passing, and it's easy.
You sound like that wee podcaster talking to Brendan.
1.1 thirds.
I think it's a one-word answer, Marty, isn't it?
Yes.
Fuck both of you. Right?
Yes.
You know what? That's fuck off, Jason.
I mean, fuck's sake, Joe. You're away on a fucking bus run there. I mean, what are you talking about?
I train under 10s football, Jason. I've got a different but my perspective is different. I mean,
no, I 100% agree with that. That's not even up for a fucking debate.
I'm just thinking that they played wide last night. They relied on the wideness, the width of the pitch, and Handel has that, but also Maeda and Kuhn are very good at coming in close into the centre and playing there.
I think we'll rip them apart wide. You know,
Yep.
see the thing for me is
Jason, see for what it's worth.
That's kind of what I said. No.
Yeah, but it's especially if, pardon me, it's good to see Alistair Johnson fit as well because he's got a great engine and he can get up, power up and down that big pitch. I've said it on here 1,000 times. James Forrest dines out at Hampden, as does Callum McGregor. They will be absolutely fucking chomping at the bit to sort this out early doors, and I think that I think we'll score in the first half.
Aye, well, see for me, right, the way I see it is, forget what happened with them and Spurs. And see, in a way, it's kind of a good thing for us because they'll be confident now. They'll be saying, we got to draw with Spurs. We can take them, blah, blah, blah. But Brendan Rodgers won't care. He'll have us primed. We'll know how. We've had time to rest, albeit we're playing away in Europe. They were at home, but we were on Tuesday. So we've had time to rest, prepare. No injuries. We're going to a stadium and a surface that we excel on. Well, we did in the last game. The thing is, we've played them since the new Rangers came about. Is it 2 cup finals we beat them in? Or is that a League Cup, a Scottish Cup? Or I can't remember. But they've never beat us in a cup final. They beat us in a semi-final under Ange. And don't get me wrong, we haven't put them at the sword. And even loads of league games as well, when I thought we would have put them at the sword, we haven't. You know, they've got back into it. But the big thing for me is Maeda and Tavernier, right? And a blue nose that I work with says, see if he picks Tavernier on Sunday, he says the Rangers fans will riot. But if you actually look at that game last night, Tavernier was probably their best player. One of their best players. Will he drop him? I don't know. But the thing is, we all know what happens when Maeda comes up against Hibernian.
Yep.
And,
exactly.
You know, they're terrified of Maeda. Terrified of him. And Kyogo produces the goods against him big time. You've got Ida going to come off the bench. You've got... One thing we've not touched on, right? Do you know what Nicholas Kuhn's form's dipped? I mean, don't get me wrong, it was ridiculous, his form at the start of the season. Up until about 3 weeks ago, it was absolutely ridiculous. But do you not think he's kind of dipped a wee bit? I don't know. But let's talk about what lineup we're going to have. Because I think the Celtic team, apart from a conversation on like a couple of midfielders, I think the Celtic team is picked already. You know, you've got Schmeichel in goals, obviously. Your 4 defenders. You've got AJ. I think it'll be Greg Taylor. I don't think it'll be Valle. You've got Greg Taylor and you've got Trusty and Carter Vickers. Up front, you've got Maeda, Kuhn and Kyogo. And then your midfield, you've got Callum McGregor, 1,000,000%. And then you're looking at the other two. You mentioned it earlier, Joe. Me, personally, I would go with Hatate and Bernardo. So I would basically set up exactly the same as we did in Zagreb. You know, that would be mine. But I reckon maybe play Engels. Engels has been coming on a wee bit of a game the past few weeks. I don't know. There might be a wee curveball put in there. It could start with Luke McCown, as you said, Joe.
He's captain.
Oh, so he is. He can't play. 100%. Bloody hell. So that makes it easier. So it's a straight whether it's aye. So there you go. So it's basically Engels or Bernardo for me. Because I don't think he's going to play Engels and Bernardo and drop Hatate.
And that's a fine balance though. I mean, I would go Bernardo.
I think Bernardo will get joy out of them. I have to fucking say it. Engels.
I'm assuming you, Marty. I think he has them to a degree.
I think
some of the way he plays football that just fucking sets him off balance.
And we're not really. That's the point James was making. This week, Gamami's come in. Do you know what I mean? Teddy fucking seems handy enough on the ball, can get a goal, create stuff. Raskin will probably play. Do you know what I mean? So if you shackle that midfield and lock it down early, you're going to stop the flow of balls getting to them because their midfield isn't great. Connor Barron hasn't even been playing. He was supposed to be their fucking great weight dope.
Oh, I know.
He was all fucking Jesus Christ. He was getting sold for all sorts of fucking multi-millions, and then nobody's fucking seen him since. You know, and we know we can get at them. We know that what Maeda can do. The fucking Tav, Captain Tav, the leveler will be as fucking cunt beaten.
Are you worrying about the referee? I don't think. To be honest with you,
no. The more
seeing this day and age, I've kind of got over it.
I think VAR might be even helping us at this point.
Aye,
not far. I'm worried about. It's not far. I'm worried about. It's the yellow cards. I guarantee you, he'll have 3 of our players booked within a half an hour.
That's a kind of valid point. You know,
but I'd be worried about.
It's a cup.
But that's why hanging on the ball in the first 5 to 7 minutes is the best part of the game. Then, because make them come to you.
The killer is if AJ or Greg Taylor get booked in the first 20 minutes or whatever. You know,
AJ has a 1.27415 chance of being booked in the fucking first half.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing that kills you. You know, because then you're in tenterhooks, and if that, I mean, the thing is, at the end of the game, I mean, they're capable of beating us. Let's make no bones about it. They are.
Are they? I don't believe that.
Well, listen, hold on, Joe.
I don't believe that at all.
Listen, they had a good win against Nice. They've put one of the fucking SPL teams. They put 6 goals past them. They scraped the fucking win against St Johnstone away. Fair enough, and they played decent last night. So you can't say that they're not.
Are they lucky enough to beat us? Though?
We have a stinker of a day. They can beat us. No doubt about it. There's just not. They could fucking come out of nowhere.
I don't ever approach it. I know Scott does. Scott's a shade bag. Right? He approaches these games with a certain level of nervousness. I approach these games going like, a loss is a really, really big fucking deficit, but a draw is not bad, and a win is kind of like, you know what?
So
that's 3 stars.
But it's they're going to go. Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that the stats. No, Brendan Rodgers has faced them 18 times and lost once.
And look, and by any measure, we should be winning this match.
Where's my fucking guitar?
By any measure, we should be winning this match handy. But
Joe, the people in the street are asking if you for a delivery of Lithuanian firewater.
Do you know what? It's been a long week.
Delivery of Moroccan firewood.
Here we go, Pierre.
We are gonna beat the Huns. It's gonna be so fucking easy. There you go.
There you go. Is that fucking it?
Well, listen, Patreon, you got more.
Do they know it's Christmas time at all? So we're gonna fucking scud the Huns on Sunday. Simple as that.
That's right. Fiacre's on the fucking chat. Fiacre's on the
Spanish friend.
He's on the chat. I've not even spoke to him since I got him 2 tickets for the Goodison Derby. I don't know if his flight touched down.
Oh,
by the way, mate,
I cancelled by the way, isn't it?
While he's still on here, you need to send me 110 quid in there. I'm 110 quid out of pocket for your 2 tickets.
This is how we do things. Homeboys Mafia, fucking pay up or fucking let's get shamed.
Fucking hell.
I'm only kidding, by the way. I'm only kidding, mate.
I know.
It was actually 120.
Your knees are on the block, right? No pressure.
Well, there, Dell's just posted there the Celtic Supporters podcast. Thanks for the weekend, lads. You've raised, cumulative, those who don't hate children, as Joe keeps saying, he's raised £1,250. That's brilliant. Well done, Dell. Well done, mate.
And I know for a fact that's about 3 days of food for the kids each Saturday. Because I know I've like fucking. It's like that's like that amount of money will get 3 days of kids, hot dogs and chips, and fucking drinks.
And the thing is, see if guys like Dell don't do the weekenders and other people don't raise money for the Kano Foundation, the Kano Foundation falls into the sea.
Exactly. You know, see if guys don't turn up and podcast for a Sunday, it all falls to fuck. But luckily, guys like me and Scott.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute, it's fucking Dell's now saying Jason hates the Kano. What the fuck? Hell. Do I need to tell them why I wasn't on it, Joe? Because you obviously didn't tell them.
No, we didn't.
Oh, it was my daughter's birthday.
Exactly, it was his daughter's birthday. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So can I just say thank you to Joe Dunn, Kieran Jenkins, Faker O'Hockey, J-Boy, David Lee, Vinny, and someone else who's left £50 anonymously, who all donated to our fundraiser today, just today.
Oh. Joe Dunn's a legend, by the way.
Thank you very
much. Man from Greenock, legend.
There you go. So Joe Dunn, 350 quid. God bless him.
He's mi abuelo. I got him into Real. Joe's the one I got into Real Madrid. They wouldn't scan his ticket because they wouldn't let him in because they didn't have his passport with him. So I took him through. Mi abuelo. Spanish police. I'm like, what the fuck? And then John Paul Taylor was there. I grabbed the horse. He's like, I'm not letting him in. He's my granddad. And I and he's come.
Brilliant. Outstanding.
Aye.
That is fucking class.
Brilliant.
So look, people have given us £1, £2, £5, £20, £40, £50. Every single pound will make a difference, folks. So if you have anything at all you can give to us, get over on our Twitter, get the Just Giving, and stick a couple of bob in, and you will be entered into the prize draw. It's not just a donation. You are actually.
I will read out the prizes now.
I go because it's fucking hell. There's that many.
Right, so prize one is Celtic canvas art wall mural from John O'Farrell, who is
John's a man.
Part of the greatest guy alive.
Yep.
Also, a Ryder Cup 2023 limited edition, Elijah Craig official bourbon sitting behind me. If you don't win it, it's getting tanned. 2 Celtic cuffies recently worn by Kneecap. Not worn by Kneecap, but recently in Kneecap.
As seen as worn by Kneecap.
As seen Kneecap.
See, before we go any further here, I would fucking PJ an apology. PJ, I fucking know you're not from Limerick. Up that banner.
He does work in Limerick, though.
You know,
hey, sorry to cut in. I know it's very important to read out the prizes, but we need to tell the story. So, the funeral, PJ's there for the funeral. Mick is driving me to work on Friday morning, and we're picking PJ up to drop him at the airport. So we goes down to Motherwell, picks PJ up. PJ comes out, fucking looking like £1,000,000 lira, fucking Turkish lira, by the way. And he came out, right, and he's like, oh, I says, what time do you go home at, PJ? No fucking idea. Oh, no idea. Oh, what a send-off, So we're driving away, we're just blathering away. So I get strapped off at work. Mick takes PJ to Glasgow Airport. Or he drops me off. And just as he drops me off, I didn't know this because PJ texts me and says, did you hear the crack? And I'm like, no, what is it? So I spoke to Michael, and Michael's like, did you hear about him? No. And he says,
no.
He says, when they drop me off at work, PJ turned around to Mick and says, tell me, Mick, what town are we in here? He says, you're in Glasgow. He says, my flight's from Edinburgh.
No! No! Oh, no! Oh, no!
What town are we in here? You're in Glasgow. My flight's... And just by chance, he'd left with plenty of time. We were dropping him at like 8:30, and his flight wasn't at 12:30. So
Fuck,
he get him up to Buchanan bus station, and he got the bus from there to Edinburgh Airport, and he made
Holy
his flight
good.
back.
Fuck.
What town are we in? It's the first time I've heard Glasgow called a town for a while. What town are we in here? In Glasgow. Oh, my flight's from Edinburgh. Do you not think you fucking tell this, PJ?
I know, before you left the fucking house, what the fuck? Fuck's sake.
Can I just ask you, Michael, what town are we in?
Where do we be? Where do we be? Keep.
So anyway, carry on with the prizes, Joe boy.
Prize, right. So prize number 3 is four. Celtic. Oh fuck! This is very small.
Can you give the prizes out to me and I'll read them out?
You know what? I will. That's all. Do.
Stick them on. Can you stick them on
I
the
told
chat?
you, that Moroccan firewood is fucking just no good.
Yeah, I will stick it in the chat. Fuck's sake.
They don't want our group chat anyway.
Nope.
There was a list, but it's an older list.
Aye,
Have it right now.
right, I'll read the older list out, right?
There you go.
And then we'll add
Right there, now. Right there, now.
Hey, Joe, you fucking work out the ones that need to be added on at the end in the meantime.
Right. So number 4.
No.
Number 4, Celtic frame print for Bob for Social Recruits and a Maradona frame print again for Bob for Social Recruits. Legend Bob. 2 Celtic lounge tickets for St Mirren game on Sunday, January the 5th for Liam, Mick and Craig. Adult and child ticket next to the boys game to be confirmed. That's for you yourself, Joe. Bottle of Bushmills, Black Bush Irish whiskey for Liam. Ooh, is that no the one type of whiskey? But we'll leave it at that. Match ticket voucher for the Kano Foundation, the Kano from the Kano.
Yes, from Neil Murphy.
That's
We'll
class.
miss it number 10. It's the usual. Right.
I know what that is.
Number
A
11.
toy.
Yeah, number 10 is a cuddly toy. 11 Celtic tour for a family of 4 for Dave McLaughlin. Date to be confirmed. Thanks, Big Davey. 12 Club 67 lounge tickets for use at 2 league games. Fixture to be confirmed from Big Adalante. Thank you, Big Man.
Not one league game, but 2. Fuck, mate.
2 league games.
Brilliant.
Number 13, £50 food and drinks voucher from the Admiral Woods pub. 14, prize committed, but details to be confirmed. Thornwood Bar. So there's a prize for the Thornwood Bar as well for Mark. Thanks, Mark. Then there's IPTV subs times 3. And then 3 times 12 month subs for those with their own Fire Stick. 16 is men's Ray-Ban sunglasses and 17 is ladies' Ray-Ban sunglasses. And they're both donated from Sean, and Liam's going to meet Sean tomorrow to pick up the Ray-Bans. And 18 is German beers, Algemur tequila. So we've got that.
Algemador
tequila. Gemador, sorry, Marty. So we've got that. Then we've got the 2 tickets for the Paul McStay Suite, a game to be confirmed after New Year. And what anything else, Joe?
I have the cut glass Brother Wilfred plaque as
Right.
well.
Cut glass Brother Walford plaque.
What you're gonna need a personal crane to move.
It's a belt.
Aye. Aye. Comes with a digger fucking rental.
A contractor.
You can actually dig up.
Contractor.
So basically, if you don't live within a 15-mile radius of Lisburn, you're on to plums.
If it can't be lifted from Marty's garden
No.
to your garden, you're not with it.
I will get it there. Don't you fucking worry. As long as you're not living in fucking Dubai or somewhere in Dubai cunts. One of their listening tonight. The Dubai fucking cunts haven't put me a praise for us. Fuck you. You do all your advertising.
I tell you what, I see for all the slagging they get, they boys are the best in the business.
You know what? They have
yeah,
donated
right.
money for us. They put about 200 quid in.
They're fucking
God
legends.
bless them.
They're
God bless
legends,
them.
man. We actually scud them every
All
week.
we do is give them abuse. We've never once given any credit. The department said, "I put 200 quid in."
Hey,
That's hardly enough for cousin
Shut up
Dubai,
on
is it?
300 quid for Dubai.
I'm
Fucking
sure.
sitting over there, oil
sure for the-
barons in the middle of the fucking Middle East, and wanging in 300 quid for poor kids. Fucking should be ashamed of themselves. Give them their money back. Give them it back.
Hey, Marty, I tell you better than that. See the first year with the Versace handbag, one of them won it.
That's great. That's great. Forgot about that.
What
Bastard.
are they
Don't
called?
say money goes to money.
Fucking
Money
sure
goes
does.
to money.
Jason. Fuck's sake. The
Money.
devil. No, Jason, the devil looks after his own.
Tell me, me and you, Jason, couldn't win a thing.
Fucking couldn't win a nod.
Tell me,
Couldn't win a fucking argument, neither two years.
fucking, couldn't win a poo.
Fucking Dubai cunts.
My goodness.
You think
love
they'll
you,
send us
Dubai.
over an fucking an hour in a Lamborghini or something like that? What the fuck? No, I mean, for a praise, something like that. Wouldn't take a fucking sniff out of them. Money bag
That's
bastards.
the thing.
Tax free as well. Tax
Here's
free.
the
Tax free, tax free, Jason.
How
Tax
the
free.
fuck?
And
How
see
the
the
fuck-
200 fucking quid that they give us, the consul put it off their tax when they get home. Fucking Dubai bastards.
You've been on the swallow today, Marty boy, haven't
I
you?
know, fuck's sake, Christmas do they? Do they know it's Christmas time?
Fuck
Oh,
no.
do-do-do-do-do.
Oh my God! Sorry to lads in Dubai. I love yous, by the way.
I'm not
But-
fucking sorry.
I love the Dubai guys. Sorry, that's the point.
I think it was me that started slagging them on this podcast as well.
Well, it's kind of a fucking tradition. It's like Davy. It's like a Davy McLaughlin. I mean, we can't fucking.
I know. Okay, well, Davey, that's what I said. So the first prize is a family of 4 getting a tour of Celtic Park, and second prize is a family of 8.
Fucking, he's the next one. Dubai, Davy. He'll be able to Dubai do a tour.
He loves it. He always get it next morning. Fucking my weekly slagging in the HomeBhoys. Fucking there you go. Big legend, to be fair.
But look,
I always think what Joseph said. He goes, "We go to Glasgow. We met that big goofy guy that brought us to the stadium."
Oh, for God's sake. That's it. That's below the belt there, Joe.
Brilliant.
That's what he said.
Joe, you need to apologise.
From
Apologise
the mouth
for
of
having your
babes.
son there.
Joe, know what to do? Get the wheel out of the bed and kick a fuck at him, because that's an idea. Shoot him around the living room. No, man.
Fucking fucking ragdoll about the living room for big baby.
How dare you be so exact?
I know, fucking cunty. You shouldn't have said it out loud. That's the problem here. Free cunty. Learn to
He's
keep
not
your
got
mouth shut.
bucky.
Fuck's sake.
No, but
But
he is
listen-
goofy. He is kind of goofy though.
I just want to thank everybody again, genuinely, for all the donations and all the praises. And look, we'll have a bit of crack here on a Friday night, and that's what it's all about. Everybody takes a piss out of each other, and I'm not afraid to get the piss taken out of me either. So, but when I'm going to deliver this money out to families in difficulty this week, you will all be on my mind. Every single one of you who have helped us do this, and bringing a wee bit of cheer to people, just the way we do, but a bit of crack. In the spirit of Celtic, you know what I mean? And it's very, very tough for some people at the minute. We've come through this cost of living crisis last year, and we were actually turning our fucking hair out. And, you know, to be able to keep some money back and impact on some projects during the year as well, we never thought we'd be able to do that, folks. Like, we really didn't. We never, ever in a million years. And again, we're going from the big financial donations in the families to where Jason's saying too, where really, really small donations are making a huge difference to people in just their day-to-day to get them through the night. You know, so it's all, again, we're very grateful that you're putting us in this position to be able to do this. It's all down to the boys in Dubai and everybody around the world who've put a couple of pound in. That's really all we're asking for, is just to give us a hand. So look, I look forward to getting the prizes out because they're amazing. And we always get a wee bit of feedback, usually from people who receive them and say how happy they are and all that sort of stuff. And that's great. It's lovely. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really nice to be able to do that and to bring a wee bit of cheer and a wee bit of joy. But look, give us a fiver, and let's try and get us up as close to £5,000 as we can before next Thursday.
Aye.
The thing is, see when you go back over the years, see maybe 2-3 years ago, there was a certain one we did a donation, right? And obviously no names mentioned, and there was a friend that was close to yourself, Marty, and it reduced a lot of us to tears, didn't it? See when you put the text up.
It was very rough, right?
Aye, and like you're like, fucking hell.
And we're very careful, we're very careful not to reveal anybody's.
Aye. No, nothing leaves our circle. And you know, I've never told a person about anybody that we've donated to. Never told a person. And that's the way it should be. And
we're trying to keep their dignity. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to be. We're not here to exploit them or
no.
tell their stories. We're just here to just at a critical time of year to just give them a hand. That's it. And we're not fucking solve, and we're not going to be able to change everybody's lives. It's just to get them over the hump in December. That's it.
See the thing is, Marty, as well. See, just giving them like vouchers for a supermarket so they can. That's Christmas dinner sorted. Yep. What a difference that makes. Because Christmas dinner. Say you're hosting a family. Christmas dinner. If you want to have all the trimmings and that, you're talking fucking 150 quid. And it's things like that. If you can give your family a voucher for a supermarket for 150 quid, they know that's their Christmas dinner sorted, and they don't need to worry about that, and they can go and get all the trimmings and whatever, and a couple of bottles of wine or whatever to go with it. And it's like, what a pressure that takes off a family that's not got much. It's things like that. It's this time of year, because everybody loves sitting down at Christmas dinner, having their Christmas dinner. Apart from fucking me, it's my birthday, I'm the fucking Messiah, and I fucking cook it for every day.
By the way, folks, Christmas Day is Jason Higgins' day. It's not Jesus Christ.
And I'm fucking stressed out my box, shouting and all that, and fucking we've all fell out, and never doing this again, and then doing it next year.
How dare you? This bearded cunt ahead of me.
But I said it on the programme last week or the week before, maybe, that I handed over £500 to a family. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. I actually think it was last year. And I met the daddy from the family about 4 months later, and he said to me, "You paid for our heating all winter. We kept the house warm for the kids." And I went, I didn't. It wasn't fucking me. I says, it wasn't me. It was Celtic fans. And my wife spoke to one of the recipients who will be getting money this week yesterday. And she said to her the same. She says, "Look, this money isn't coming from anywhere. This is for Celtic fans, from Celtic fans." And that's exactly what it is.
It's just the same as the Kano Foundation.
Exactly.
It's built on donations for Celtic fans, and the volunteers for the Kano Foundation are absolutely amazing, and God love every one of them. But they're the guys that are just the conduits that are actually putting in place the gifts for Celtic supporters. And this is all it is. This is a Celtic community that provides for people less off than themselves.
Yep.
And it's an amazing thing. And it's something that our club was built on. And it's something we'll soon be coming up to the 150th anniversary of Celtic. And this is a thing nearly 150 years later that Celtic are still, the core, the support is still providing for the needy. And that's what makes you proud to be a Celtic supporter. Going to watch the team in a park on a Saturday or a Sunday or a midweek game, it gives you the buzz, and that's what we all live for. But really, it isn't. It's what we live for is the community that we've built, and it's the belonging and our ethos in life. And I mean, get political now if you want, but the thing is, it's the way our fan base is morphed into, and fair play to the young ultra groups and that, they get bad press, but the political standpoints that they take, I'm proud of them. And I'm proud
it's funny. It's funny, Jason, too. See, just as you mentioned that, I was on one of those, Facebook fucking shows you these groups, join this group or whatever else, or follow this page, and one of them was one of them football away fucking day things, and it was a photograph of our fans in the stand in Zagreb, and I read the comments, and the comments were incredibly abusive of our fan base, and I have never been so fucking proud to read them, because we are everything that they aren't. And it wasn't Rangers fans, it was all Zagreb fans and people from Europe all chiming in, right wing types and whatever else. And I was reading it going, this is fucking great. This is, if we're annoying fuckers like this, then we are on the right side.
Oh, we annoy the right people, and it makes me proud to be a Celtic supporter. You know, when you see the people that are pissed off with Celtic supporters, that makes me even prouder.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the thing is, we've all got issues with Celtic fans as well, and but that's, at the end of the day, that's what kind of socialism is all about. If you're like a left wing fan base, you invite dissenters because it's no a dictatorship, it's no fascism, it's no by the one way. There can be many casts to the way you want to support your club and the way, but all are welcome as long as you do it in the right way. I'm saying all are welcome. Nazis are no welcome, fascists are no welcome, and I'm happy with that.
Yep.
But
fuck you.
Aye, but within the realms of normal people, or normal-minded people, everybody's got a viewpoint, and some might disagree, some might agree, which is totally fine. You know, debate it out and just whatever. But the thing is, the way the Celtic support has put itself out there, and to be honest with you, let's not beat any bones about it. Let's discuss it, because I think it's a talking point in the huddle board as well, and I think it's a very valid thing to discuss the new, Marty, and you'll obviously feel strongly about it as well. The Celtic support for Palestine, for me, has been unbelievable, and it's been driven by the Green Brigade, and make no bones about it, there's still a massive support for Palestine out with the Green Brigade. There'll be certain Celtic fans don't support Palestine, etc. But we've all watched genocide in front of our eyes, and not to be a human being and be upset about what's happening there, I just can't understand it for the life of me. And no being from any political standpoint, just from a human standpoint, it just breaks your heart. And the way the Celtic fans have went there, and the global brand of Celtic worldwide, as a result of that support from Palestine, from a fan base that would not be a Muslim fan base. We would have certainly have Muslim supporters and whatever, but it wouldn't be like a Muslim fan base. It's like any religion is allowed to come and watch Celtic. There'll be Jewish Celtic fans there as well. They're more than welcome to come and watch Celtic. But to have that support for Palestine, I think it's catapulted Celtic worldwide. And recently there was a contingent from the refugee camp that the Green Brigade sponsor over at the Celtic game, and Celtic refused to meet them, I do believe.
No, you're right. You're right.
Aye. And I think
they ignored all correspondence asking could there be something, even just a stadium opened up or something.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty shameful on Celtic's part. And I understand why I don't understand why they did it, but I understand their reasons for not doing it, because they wouldn't seem to be politicalised. And I don't know, they want to step away from controversy. And I don't think there is any controversy. You've got Palestinian Celtic supporters that come over to watch Celtic, and the Celtic supporters gave them an amazing amount of aid, an amount of support, and a bit of belief that there is people out there from not your own type of community, and not for the Muslim world. I don't know if I'm saying the right words or whatever, but it's like people that wouldn't generally be associated with your nation or your country, or that generally loves yous and supports yous, but the Celtic board decided not to meet them. And I find that sad, really sad.
Pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. But look, our fans are all fan base, and here's the thing: like, the world has seen the true face of Israel this last year, but our fans were way ahead of the curve, way ahead of the curve, and we'll stay. We'll continue to stand by Palestine and the Palestinians, and they know it.
Yeah. No, without a doubt, and it's heartbreaking, and it's like it's became normal now. Like people aren't even really watching the news now. There's another 100 killed every other day, and it just became normal now, and it's just
Yeah,
an absolute.
it's part of the news cycle.
Aye,
That's the sad part. It's part of the news cycle. Go
aye.
online. It's lower down, and that's where human reality is right now. It's rated. It's not up there. And
But
that's sad.
you go to Celtic Park, and the biggest flag flying at Celtic Park every home game is a Palestinian flag, and that makes me proud to support that football club. Not so much for the guys sitting in the main stand or the director's box, but for the people flying those flags and the people that support them.
Absolutely.
And the fan base.
You've got Rod Stewart there, who's more concerned about Greg Wallace getting fucking fired off fucking Master Chef, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a vast scale of dissonance between what people give a fuck about and what's
really
actually pertinent.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the thing is, we've got money left that we haven't done, so maybe we could put it to a vote or whatever. But for any of the money that's left, I would be happy to give it to Medical Aid for Palestine or to the Laji refugee camp or whatever. But we can discuss that. I'm just saying that off the top of my head. It's not my place because obviously it's a podcast and everything.
It's one of them things. It's one of them things we discussed in the chat yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So let's wrap
it up the fun.
Well, we've not. Wait a minute here. Cup final. We've not really done it yet.
We just did.
No, but we've not.
Are we going to do score predictions?
That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm thinking about.
I reckon it'll be 3-1.
I'll go 2-0.
2-2.
What do you say, Jason?
No, 2-2.
Oh, 2-0 the fucking Celtic. Yeah. We'll win. We'll definitely win.
Aye. I think it'll be tight. 4-0 Celtic.
Ooh, a tight 4-0 win.
A tight 4-0 win.
Aye. There was a couple of breakers.
Do you know what though? Like a Hibs 3-0 win.
I think we'll absolutely destroy them.
If we score early, just no bets are off. Like seriously, like because they will, like their mentality, they know what they could be fucking up against if we get an early goal.
See that we Nicholas Kuhn AJ fucking overlap.
Yep,
goal from there.
It could be pretty sexual.
But do you know? Think the Spurs game last night for them kind of helps us because they'll be like, say they'd get pumped off Spurs, right? I'm just making all this up, right? But if they get pumped off Spurs, maybe Clement would say, right, we just need to defend for our lives here. We've not really got much chance. We need to just try and hit them in the break, defend for our lives, make it, because I think, see if they make it totally tight at the back and don't come out, we would struggle. You know, see if Maeda and that's not getting any space and blah blah.
Aye, but it's a final, and he's going to say, "Express yourselves, go out there."
Aye.
And Dyson Maeda is going to fucking run through them like fucking
I
tapeworm.
hope so, because I'm saying the big man, the wee man has been kind of off the boil.
He is going to go through them like a fucking like a volcanic tapeworm.
Volcanic tapeworm. That's the animal of the show.
Holy.
Is that even a thing, Joe? A volcanic tapeworm?
It is that.
Fucking here we go. Fucking a tapeworm made of lava.
That's what Dyson Man is.
Where you get the sound how a fucking tapeworm made of lava?
Hey, we can't beat that. That's proper fuck.
Fucking volcanic tapeworm CSC.
Right, folks, we've done just over 2 hours. 3 of us. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Marty Fashion never turned, didn't he?
I'm glad because he's too handsome.
He's too handsome.
Yeah.
He's far too sexy. He's like Jared Butler meets Miles Teller meets James McAvoy meets
Valentine.
exactly.
He is. He's a gorgeous. He's a
He-
gorgeous mofo.
He's a beautiful human being.
He's a gorgeous human being. I mean, and his hers as well. It's good. You know what? Fuck that guy.
Fuck him. Next, moving to Dubai. What do you hear?
Right, folks. Well, back next week, hopefully with the what? Next week's fucking what?
Thursday.
Christmas Eve, Thursday, with
Ninth.
the actual raffle, and you'll all be winning shit. Who the fuck knows? Somebody might win this bottle of bourbon behind me that I made tan between now and next Thursday. Who the fuck knows? Let's go, folks. Love yous, J-Bo, Marty.
Hail, hail.
Much appreciation.
Hail, hail, bro.
Adios.